In the last 3 years, I took 14 different B2B SaaS startups to 1 to 3 million in annual revenue. And earlier this year, I helped one other founder get from 10K MRR to 120K MRR in 9 months without them raising venture funding. Most results I've driven have been through Meta ads. And in this video, I want to share 5 key reasons why most likely your last ad campaign lost you money instead of getting you a 5, 7, or potentially a 10x return on spend. The first one I have here is a shitty offer, because you need to look yourself in the mirror and be able to say, okay, when you have your ideal customer profile in mind, is this offer really validated? Does your value proposition totally make sense towards them? Then have you seen other people selling a similar solution advertise similar offers to this audience with success? And by doing competitor research, you're able to mitigate a lot of trial and error, because if you're building on top of something that's already working, you just have less chance that you're gonna make some mistakes and go in a completely unvalidated direction, which wouldn't work. I would say that the offer and the creative indeed make 70 to 80% of success of any ad campaign, especially when it comes to Meta, because the targeting is primarily creative and offer based. So that's why you need to keep in mind that if you have a very poor offering, if your value proposition is off, and if it's not worth for the person who is in your ideal audience to put effort to get on a call with you, check out a demo and so on, then no surprise, your campaigns are costing you money and the ads are very, very expensive, because of course they are, in case you're not making money with them. And they are suddenly very cheap if you're making 5 to 10 times the return. Just make sure that you checked out what other people are running, what are the offers already working in your niche, do your homework, and then spend 2 hours with ChatGPT, or just drop me a message inside saascamp.com, where I might be able to take a look and just advise you on how to best approach your offer creation so that it works well on cold traffic and not just at events or referrals. Nice. The second one is the messaging was off. This means that if your message does not really resonate with your ideal customer profile, then this is again a second main reason why your campaigns are costly, pricey, and why you're not getting as many results as you could have. The way you find your messaging, I just shared in one other video I uploaded last week, where I explained how by testing 4 different value propositions and putting equal amount of money into each and doing a couple more things, you're able to find product market fit, message market fit, and then basically scale your campaigns in a very sustainable way. The third reason I have here is trying to outsmart Meta's algorithm. I used to run LinkedIn ads for quite a long time and Google ads for some time. The thing which I learned after investing about 40K in coaching and learning Meta ads was one of the main insights has been that you don't want to try to outsmart Meta's algorithm, because they had maybe 20,000 people perfected for the last 20 years. And now it's indeed coming to the stage where you giving more freedom to it allows you to get better results on the output. So this means that, look, if you're running LinkedIn campaigns, LinkedIn ads, most often you are going to be smarter than their algorithm, because it's just sucks. And no surprise that it took me just about 2 or 3 weeks to start acquiring meetings, maybe start acquiring customers and getting half the qualified cost per call from Meta after running LinkedIn ads for maybe 5 or 7 months. So ran LinkedIn ads for 5, 7 months, switched to Meta. I think I got to 50% of the cost per call cost. Why? Because couple things. One, Meta has 3.5 billion people. Second, a lot of people think that, oh, our audience is on LinkedIn, and that's why there the cost per click is just so much higher usually. At the same time, the LinkedIn algorithm does not know nearly as much about the audience as Meta does, and that's why on LinkedIn ads, usually one of the most successful campaigns people run, and I ran myself, would be thought leadership ads. It would be advertising to groups, etc. But then the question becomes, after you finished advertising to groups your ideal buyers are in, where you go next? Because after you've done with this, then you're gonna see massively worse results further. And that's one of the reasons why I switched towards Meta again. Second reason has been that the second reason was that when I was booking 20 to 30 meetings a week, I asked my SDR to start managing the entire inbox, and then LinkedIn didn't like it and just put a permanent ban to my account. And I cannot be advocating for any system which I know for a fact that once you get to 20, 30 meetings a week and no longer keen to message all people who want to get on a call with you, and you ask an SDR to do it for you, then everything falls apart. We don't want this, and that's why with Meta we're able to scale to 50, 60, $70, 70 meeting weeks right now. So with this third one, yeah, give more freedom to Meta if you are not sure that something is worth filtering. For example, if you're not sure that you don't need to advertise to people who are under age of 25, sure, give it more freedom, set it like 20 to 45 or whatever, and then this way oftentimes it will just learn better. The reason 4 I have here is feeding bad data into your pixel. And another mistake I see quite often is a lot of founders, they just allow too many relevant people to book calls with them through their ad campaigns. This results in ad algorithm thinking that it's doing a good job bringing you those people, then trying to find more and more of these irrelevant leads and put them into your calendar. You don't want that. This is why inside SaaS Camp, where I advise startups on getting to 1 to 3 mil ARR, one of the things we focus on is high intent scaling. And in more detail, it would be about filtering out all the irrelevant leads from the funnel and focusing on high intent buyers to make sure we just get the right data in the algorithm, making it easier for it to understand who are the exact types of buyers we want to get on calls who are easy for us to close. Guess what happens next? After you get 5 to 10 high intent people who are looking for implementing solution like yours right now, well, no surprise, it's much easier to close them. You often close them into annual contracts, allowing you to reinvest more in ads, and then that's just how we scale pretty quickly. So make sure you're filtering out irrelevant leads, not allowing them to book, because you having too many low intent people on your calendar only does it worse for you. So that's why you would want to solve it with your messaging and then filtering mechanisms. And the reason number 5 would be not utilizing all 3 stages of buyer journey, especially the one which happens pre-call. Because look, imagine you are selling, let's say, a 15K a year solution. Someone books a call with you. They might spend a couple minutes on the website. Good chance if they check out one resource you share with them. Then they go to a call, and of course they have a lot of unanswered questions, leaving them to think about it and spend a couple of weeks discussing this with their team. Imagine if all people who book a call with you, before the call happens, they learn, you basically pre-handle top 5 hidden objections which they usually have with your pre-made content, the trust gallery, the way I call it. So you put together all the trust assets, testimonials, handling objections, and then this way, these people, once they get to the call, they come very well educated and already often sold into your solution. However, the other thing you need to sell them on, there is a few. You need to sell them on the idea that they need to solve the problem now and that it's urgent. Second one is that your mechanism is the right way to solve their problem. And the third one is to sell them on you. If you've done a good job selling them on the mechanism, oftentimes they would buy from you by default. However, in many markets, that's not the case. And that's why the third sale would be, okay, they are convinced that, and they are confident that they have a problem they need to solve. They are confident that a solution similar to yours can help them solve it. The third point would be that you are the person they need to send the money to. And that's why if you check all these three boxes even before the call ever happens, imagine how much easier it's going to be for you to close them into a paid in full within 30 or 60 minutes of having a conversation. I'm telling you, it's going to be way and way easier. If you would want to learn more stuff from clients I'm working with right now, you can check out my Telegram channel, the link to which I'll put nearby. And on this note, appreciate you watching this video and talk soon.